Hello everyone and welcome back to Naval Action. Today's going to be a little look behind the scenes, and during the Through the Ranks series, sometimes stuff goes the wrong way, so to speak. We get sunk or lose a ship that we just captured and stuff like that. So I'm going to give you a little sneak peek on what's going on behind the scenes now. Once we've done a video with one ship capturing the class above it, sometimes we lose that ship we just captured and have to redo that fight for the next step up. Early on, when I started the series, I went out in the same ship I used previously to recapture the class above in order to progress that way. But with the changes I've made to the series over the time and stuff like that, it also became apparent to me that one of the things that took a lot of time was redoing those fights or recapturing those ships. So what I usually do is actually just in between episodes, if I lose a ship or something, just take something big out and go hunt for the ship that we need to make the next episode. That's actually what I'm out doing now. So I lost the Varpen trying to record the next episode, or lost the Varpen, lost the footage, and the audio got messed up and everything else. So to get the next episode done, took up my ocean, and lo and behold, Varpen Elite. So as we get into this fight, this is how I get the ships back in between episodes, simply to cut down on recording time. So today's video is going to be a small Varpen Elite fight in my ocean, nothing fancy. But just to show you a bit what's going on in between the fights and how I recapture the ships. Also, I want to keep this video in. Hopefully the fight itself will be somewhat entertaining. But also, hopefully it will lead us to an elite node that we may be able to use. Or maybe just a bit more of a decent Varpen than a Chappy one. And we're in luck, we actually get two here. But what we can do is actually try and capture both and pick the best one. Fire out on the first one. Pretty obvious target. Now I didn't manage to get my guts changed around. See, with the ocean, more or less all of their shots is going to bounce. There's a few penetrations, and I crew shacked him with just one broadside. So that's not too bad. Slowly get on the way. We'll probably work on Chevalier Fraser first. Wreck down one side and remove his crew for later boarding. But we get into sandwich position in between them. We fire both. It's going to be a better use of our guns and crew. We'll see. Right now we're pretty close to the wind here. We're not going to be moving fast, but neither is they. Neither are they. Right. Little shock. One more broadside will remove his side completely when we start graping him. And the one that we expect to carry the best loot and possibly a note is going to be Chevalier Fraser 2, so as he is the admiral ship of this elite fleet. Right, he's turning around, so focus on the other guys. He comes to pass and we'll start turning once we fired. Bit of an early, bit of a high shot there, but still managed to get good shots in, good damage, and decent effect. Hit him with the stern cows if they're not too high. Go. Use the movement of the ship. Line up. Now, I've had a lot of questions recently, again from newer players, on how to enable and disable your gun decks. Now, F1 to F4 That's where you disable your gun decks. F1 is your top deck, then F2, then F3, then F4, depending on how many decks you have down the line. But always starting, top deck is F1. And that's how you disable the decks from firing individually. F5. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong side here. But F5 is what removes the gun crew from that deck and removes the reload option on that gun deck. You see, if I press 5, I can still fire my guns, and I can still select individuals if I want to, but you'll notice they don't automatically reload. Alright, so Xavier is pretty damaged as well. Taking a bit of damage, but nothing major. I know this ocean pretty well, so I'm fairly confident she can take it down the line, and that's why I haven't popped the repair yet. Oh, that would have been a perfect stun rate if we had been reloaded. Sadly not. And he is presenting his stronger side. Good maneuver on the side. However, we are going to fire on the target behind him because that's his wounded side. I want to get those sides down so we start graping them. And we are going to try to maneuver in behind Razor here so we can actually get back on that damage side and start doing damage to his crew. One more shot to take down the side armor below 30%, so our grape's got to be more effective. And give him one more over here, but then we have to hold fire. Probably not use the 42s for this. I don't want to risk sinking him. Alright, breaking option, just line up the guns. Come on. Doesn't look like he wants to play. Changed our starboard side to grape shot. Reload it. Table bound stun. Here, ready for another pounding. Gonna do that repair. Once the repair is done, I'm gonna prepare one side for boarding. I can use my one side of my guns and have the other gun crew prepare for boarding, just so that whenever we get into a position we can actually board. We can do it right out the gate. .84 crew out of 480, so not bad. Repairs are fully on the way. We've still got 201 spare crew, even with the repairs going on. So slowly reloading. Great, I'm going. 21, not as big as an effect. Yes. taking it slow. Xavier is still firing at us, but his shots is going to bounce because of the angle and the range. That's a bit low. Should have aimed higher for that one. No effect on the grapes. Our pump just went out. With all the upgrades on it, the ocean reloads pretty quickly. I am not having much effect with that grape shot. Might be able to get a few more, aim a bit higher. Alright, our repairs are done, so get the boarding crew ready. Prepare cutlasses and whatnot. Where's that crew hiding? Because I'm not doing much damage with my group. Oh, it's starting to close in. We can force in a boarding here. We haven't slowed the enemy, so he can outmaneuver us. And if he tries to, I might just wreck a Master 2. Slow him down that way. Moving up ever so slowly. Wild grape. Now is the time we start to turn in. Use the forward yard arm. Slowly pushing him into the wind. We're still taking damage because we're point blank, so anything penetrates at that range. We have connection, so we're gonna use our weight, push him around. And ever so slowly we're pushing him around. And now he's turning away from us, trying to get out of this or this like wrestling embrace, more or less. In doing so, he's gonna slow himself down even further and get up into the wind. So the other one coming up. Have a few gifts. 50 odd. Alright. Right, we're gonna have to go full sails here just to catch up properly. Or wreck a few sails. Reconnect. Ah, it's too far back. Now, doing these fights where you're heavily outweighing your opponent or outclassing your opponent, that's where you have a chance to play around with your ship and have a feel for how she can handle in slightly dumb maneuvers and stuff like that. Don't be afraid to take out a bigger ship and play around with it, and maybe even risk it somewhat by being foolish at times. That's the best way to learn. That's actually getting into a position where you're at a disadvantage or having some sort of trouble. You can play around with the mechanics here. So playing around here, I'm pushing him at midships, which means that he's not really getting anywhere. I am slowly pushing him around so I can stick with it, or I can try and disengage and do so from another angle. But he's trying to turn away from me. Again, he's doing so into the wind, and we are pushing him into the wind. I don't mind boarding him amidships at a T. With the numerical advantage I have, it should be a problem. I'll need to push him around a bit more. The wind is changing a little. Change our reload on one side, we'll reload the other. And we'll try and break contact here. As soon as we break contact, he should be zooming past us because he's got the wind on the quarter. And as soon as you get that range in, there we go, he release. As soon as he gets underway, we'll be in behind him with a loaded round of chain, slowing down. Self down a bit. $250. Might even go under this. Turn around. Not the ideal angle, it's great, but or not great for chain, but with the amount of firepower we're pouring his direction, should have a certain effect. And 94, could have spread it out a bit more. Reload back up. I think Xavier is putting himself into a position where, had we been reloaded, it wouldn't have got shot, and that's usually how it is. If Justin was reloaded at this point, you'll have yourself say that so many times throughout the game. '91. Come the other way. Stone chasers, but fire them high. I'll miss. Spread them out a bit more. Good hit. Running out of chainsaws. Fine. He slowed down to 91. That guy slowed down to 87. Come in between them or in behind one of them. Fire the starboard chains. But Norseman, you're getting wrecked. Yeah. You can handle it as soon as the reload's done. Actually, we can do it now. That one's done. Stern's done. I want. And then disable our sails, maybe. Bow. I. $81 on him. I'll come around, get the other one. Now turn him, probably not, as we don't have any sail crew on ever. Come off boarding for a minute. Lead these to the forward end. Get his sails and forward mast. Mainsail. And up. Alright. 9 for a quick panic boarding here. Slow ourselves down. Might not slow down it enough in time, as I didn't have any sail crew. Oh, there we go. And we're pulling him in. Alright. That's one way to do it. More luck than anything, really. And we're going to be off at an odd angle. Won't be much effect from our guns, but they'll be there. Repairs are still underway. Our preparation is not too well, as it kinda was a last minute thing. Let's fire his deck guns. We'll go 5 and 3 just for a bit of cheeky crew back online. Fire pipe's still up, so we're still gonna brace. Grenades. Last minute attack. Good one. Alright, we're done with our repair, so we're gonna have a full boarding crew and a reload up on our guns. Well, repairs are done. Brace for a bit, get our preparation back up. He's gonna fire, that was a grenade, he's gonna fire deck guns now. Fire our guns manually. No effect, and just a few crew. Preparation should be high enough for a sneaky attack here. No. Next round. I'll definitely learn my lesson not to attack once his firepower goes up. That's what we usually did. As I said that, he changed to grenades a second. That kind of hurt. A lot, actually. And you can probably sense it. I'm taking it way more casual than I should. And I forgot to go back on brace here. We took a massive hit there on fire and boarding. Go back to braces. That gun's just going to have a hard time here. We massively outcrew him. That's why I can just sit back and play around. A few more rounds to get our preparation back up. We'll do another attack. Fire our deck guns for a little effect, maybe. Yay, 2 crew. We're not in a good position to use our deck guns. There we go, that's one of them. Get back on the move. On to finish off the other guy. Alright, that side is reloaded. Just loot this guy while we come around. Oh. Oh. No, no. Ah, missed him. I'll get him later. We didn't get any note, but there's a few good guns in there. Bloomfield 9-pounders. Like those. I know wonder we didn't hit much. We were set at 250 convergence instead of water or parallel. Might be able just to run over there and hammer into him. Alright, boarding party's back up. Operation is 100. Looks like we're going to be going in on our port side. Enable that, enable that. Down as we slide in. Way we can pull them. Second, just a second, just a second, and now we pull them in. But land pretty much on the side of us. Good grape shot hit with the crew. And here we go, once more. He's more or less in a good angle for firing grape at him. watching his firepower. Didn't manage. And misclicked. Another 30 crew off. His firepower's back up. That must be his grenades then. Yep. Good mean that he doesn't have his deck guns ready, so I can get in there now. Back. His firepower is going up. Oh, his melee is going down. 5 deck guns. Brace. Break a few more crew. Morale's down to 40. Art's down. No, oh, he's got grenade hit. Firepower's going up, so he's fighting his deck guns. Maybe he's got a brace for this round to reload both grenades and deck guns, so we can get an attack in last second. Good attack. Took another 25 crew out with the grip shot. And there goes the grenades. Next up is going to be his deck guns. Going to get the preparation back up. For our own guns. 10, 11 crew more. More round of brace. And he just fired his the reload on this 3 turns. Watching that firepower very intently. Go. Good hit. Comes deck guns. Grenades should be up next. And we're reloaded. Ours. Grenades. Just pushing with an attack. Oh, that defend though. Wow. Alright, that was a good try out. Definitely got a brace up there for a few turns now. Still a few tweaks to these boarding mechanics and the changes to the way the AI uses it and the strength of it. We're getting used to, even as veterans are trying to wrap our head around it. And I like it. I mean, it means that boarding is way more dangerous than it was before, and it's more like it should be regarding to how dangerous it is. I really do enjoy the changes to boarding. It also makes boarding elite ships. The other guy that we boarded, a hell of a lot more dangerous. Wait a minute, who was the main one? Oh, yeah, that was fun. Alright, we're back up. Just gonna let him fire his grenades and deck guns, and then we're gonna smack him around. Well, that's the intention anyway. 1, 2, 3. No deck guns. Oh, 3 turns of reload. Ah, damn it, missed my shot. He's gonna fire his deck guns now. That's gotta reload his grenades as well, isn't it? Yes. So the deck guns, grenades are up next. That's annoying. I missed that slot right here. Grenades are coming up. Alright, now's our chance. There we go. 1. Let's just see what that guy is. He's taking in a bit of water, so let's make sure we get everything transferred across. What's he made of? He's made of teak and Bermuda cedar. 1 upgrade slot. Port bonuses is good on hull, good on gunnery. Just a standard, but teak, so he's a 96. Check out this guy then. Transfer those balloons and a Bloomberry. He's a fur. Alright. So sink the other ship. He's gonna sink. And we're gonna capture that guy. There was no question about it. We don't want to keep a fur, that's for sure. We're gonna take that, transfer a bit of crew, and that's it. That's the ship I'm going to use for the next Through the Ranks episode. So that's the one we're going to be rearming in Santo Domingo and going around with and trying to take out. Alright, so once we're back in port, the ship we captured has been sent to the docks. We make sure the hold is empty, and then we tow it off to Santo Domingo. We go to Santo Domingo ourselves. Or pick pop-up. Loady. And we find our ship. Go into the equip. We can also set it as main, just to have to look at. And basically what I do, this is my main storage facility. Destroy the medium guns, that's what I do, because they sell for $1 a piece, and it's more of a hassle to move them and then have to sell them than you actually make on it. Now's the time to decide what kind of guns do we want to carry. We could go all out Caros again. I know that would please some. Personally, I prefer my lungs for this, and we also need to figure out what kind of upgrade we want to put on it. We're at 96, which isn't bad for an NPC ship. We only have 1 slot, so we need to make the most out of it. We don't have any books we can put on it because it's a new ship. We haven't used that much. We only have what, 909. We're just short on the first book with XP. So either we go to bump up the thickness a bit. We could do that with navy planking or navy structure, and that will bump it up to 101. Or we could splash out, use a Cartagena caulking refit. It will bump it up to 103. That's a bit expensive, so we'll probably go in here and where is it? Just take either one. Either the planking or the structure refit. Mastering structural lead, second is less. This gives splinter resistance, so we're going to take that one. If we can have a bit of crew. That on. Port bonuses was good on gunnery and good on hull, so be reloading a bit faster. So make the decision of what kind of armament we want to do, and I've tried, as in the previous original episode, to actually keep it at range. That was just going in carros, though the effect of these carros would be pretty good. But we might even go for what is considered a mixed loadout. So, as I don't have the guns, open up the forge. Got iron and coal. We'll make carros on the 2 top decks, so that means we need a couple of 24-pounder carronades. We need 6 of those. Those on. We need some 32s. 16 of those. Boink. And then we need some 18-pounders and some 24-pounder longs. Luckily, I have a few on hand, as that's one of the things I trade in this port. So that's a gun loadout on the main. Then we need some 68s for the stern. 4 of those. Thank you. And 12-pounders on the bow. We could have kept the mains. Oh, 68 pounders. Could keep the mediums there just for a quicker reload. But effort, we're just going to put some 12-pounders on. I usually always go carros on the stern because that's going to be point blank defense, and I usually go mediums or longs, or potentially congreves on ships that I use multiple times. On the bow, because I usually only use those for chaining. Alright, that's it for upgrading. If I needed to, I have a few repairs on hand in a sewer. I could pop over here and pick out random upgrades lying around here. These are all basic upgrades, more or less. Anything expensive, I keep in my upgrade chest over here, and whatever's on the left hand side is just random upgrades. Needs to be put in here once I've done sorting it out. Going back to Santo Domingo. And if we pull out the ship again, set it as main. This is the main color, and at times, because I have it, I might use the Naval Action Painter DLC, just for a bit of variety here. So classic white, no varnish, no, I don't like that. That brown is a bit pooish, in my opinion. Royal Danish. The name triggers me as I'm a Dane, but the color scheme is just... I like muted colors on the ships, but this one is not to my liking. So go with bloody. Redeem that. Put it on. That's pretty much the ship good to go. We've got our upgrades on. We've got guns on. We can take the ship. Else we'll put it, send it to fleet. Docks, and then tow it back to Santo Domingo, or not to Santo Domingo, Lamona. Oop. Pop back over to Lamona. Got the ship, set it as main. Check out, we need 8 hull repairs for a cycle and 10 rig. Open up the hold. So 8 hull repairs for 10 cycles, so it's going to be 80. Those on, then we need 10 rig repairs. Split. 10. And a bit of rum. So we've got 480 crew, so 300 rum should do. A bit over half. And that's your ship ready. And then we're ready to go back out. Try and take on the Ingermanland in another Varpend and get the next episode done. Sometimes I'll pre-record the intro, or I'll post-record it, do the fight, and then come back in with the ship, send the other one off to Santo Domingo, do it as a post-recording on the intro itself, going over the ship. So that's another little look at what goes on behind the line. So Hope you enjoyed this quick look. There's a bit of cutting and editing, and I'm going to be working on the next episode for Through the Ranks with the Valpin taking on the Ingerman Island. Don't forget, like, comment, dislike if you didn't like it, and until next time, stay safe.